the most gracious, the most merciful. O my Lord, expand for me my chest, and is for me my task, and untie the knot from my tongue, that they understand my speech. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A lot of people think about menstrual cycle, that day when someone says, I am having my periods. Did you know that the menstrual cycle is a whole thing from start to finish that happens every once a month to prepare the body to potentially house pregnancy? So here's the overview. The menstrual cycle has 3 phases. The follicular phase comes first. This starts on the first day of menstrual bleeding, and menstruation usually lasts 2 to 3 days or longer as we get older, and it continues after bleeding ends and until ovulation. This can be 2 to 3 weeks altogether. Ovulation is more than an event than a phase. Ovulation is when an ovary releases an egg cell. Ovulation kicks off to the luteal phase. In the luteal phase, the body prepares the lining of the uterus to potentially receive the egg that may have been fertilized by the sperm to become pregnancy. It lasts about 2 weeks and ends as soon as the next period starts, kicking off another follicular phase. The menstrual cycle starts on the first day of the menstrual period and ends just before the next one. This repeats throughout the woman's reproductive years, though of course not all women are able to reproduce and not all women choose to reproduce. You have probably heard that a normal cycle is 28 days, but in real life and real bodies, cycles vary a lot from person to person and from cycle to cycle. Healthy menstrual cycle can range from 23 to 26 days. Cycles can also get shorter or longer as hormonal patterns changes with age or be impacted by healthy conditions like PCS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. We are all unique individuals with unique cycles. Welcome to the space where we talk anything and everything about women's health. Today we are talking about core strategy 1, knowledge, which is knowledge to support menstrual health. So let's dive in. The menstrual cycle has 3 phases. Each phase, it's like its own chapter in the story of the menstrual cycle. The follicular phase. The follicular phase begins on the first day of menstruation and ends in ovulation. During the follicular phase, the pituitary gland releases follicle-stimulating hormone. Follicle-stimulating hormone causes 10 to 20 follicles to begin developing in the ovary. Follicles are cells containing immature cells. So one follicle will become a mature egg and others will break down. When estrogen rises, the hypothalamus releases gonadotrophic releasing hormone, which causes the pituitary gland to increase production of luteinizing hormone. Some women may experience spotting, minor bleeding, pelvic pain, or a combination of both. Follicle-stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone stimulate the ovarian follicle to grow and mature. Now, estrogen rises slowly during this time, and it boosts mood and energy levels. You may feel you are at your best and more energetic. A quick note: it's actually differences in the duration of the follicular phase that are often responsible for a longer or a shorter cycle. Ovulation. Ovulation is caused by a sudden surge of luteinizing hormone and estrogen boost. During ovulation, an abrupt rise in luteinizing hormone triggers the ovary to release the mature egg. The environment of the cervix changes. The cervix moves into the higher position, and the opening of the cervix widens to allow the sperm to enter the uterus. You may feel a little pop of discomfort or even serious pain, often on one side or another, depending on which ovary releases the egg. You may also notice other symptoms like bloating, acne, sore breast, or change in appetite. There is change in body temperature as you get closer to ovulation. Body temperature tends to drop down slightly, then after ovulation, it goes up sharply, 0.5 to 1 degree Fahrenheit. The moment of ovulation can be a turning point on how you feel. It gives a more reliable indicator on when your next period might start. Once ovulation is triggered, the body is on a high alert for a possible pregnancy. Please note, not all people with ovaries who can ovulate will ovulate every single month. It's possible to have a non-ovulatory cycle, where for some reasons the body skips ovulation. The luteal phase. After ovulation, the luteal phase starts. The empty follicle, known as the corpus luteum, releases lots of progesterone and estrogen to prepare the uterus for pregnancy. If this egg meets the sperm and pregnancy happens, that's a different story. Let's say nothing happens and the process continues. It takes approximately 2 weeks after ovulation and before menstruation. For people with endometriosis or adenomyosis, the condition where the uterine tissue grow outside the uterus or even into the uterine wall itself, this phase can be especially painful. It can be a painful moment. Thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy and happy.